Thanks for joining us 6 a.m. here on this Tuesday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampur. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning so far. Let's see what's going on with our weather. Meteorologist Evan Narani joining us. The clouds are there. Is
Clouds
that
are
right?
there,
Okay.
and it seems like they might be there for the majority of the day.
Yeah, right.
That
all
kind
right.
of day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You brought the humidity.
Yeah,
from
back from
Nebraska
Omaha.
with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Welcome back, but sadly today seems like we'll get the influx of cloud cover, humidity out there into the afternoon stretch especially. For now, it's really mild as we look out along the coastline. Satellite radar shows that those clouds are with us, but moving inland, they are a little bit more patchy. We have temperatures right now mostly in the low to mid 60s and going to be warming up to the mid 70s by the afternoon. You can see 75 as that afternoon high. Close to the coastline, cloudy skies. 81 on average inland. That is an average because there are going to be many inland valleys that are going to be upwards of 85 or so degrees, close to what we see across our mountains. And then the deserts, look at that, 104 this afternoon, and that shower icon popping up, meaning that we could run into a few scattered showers primarily across our deserts. We'll have more details on what the rest of the day looks like, including a cool down that we'll watch for later on this week that'll bring our temperatures back down to a much more normal range. Ned and Eric.
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Today, San Diego City Council will vote on regulations for e-bikes.
And it comes amid a record number of children suffering traumatic injuries in e-bike crashes. News 8's Tori Apodaca live along Harbor Island with more on the new rules being considered here today. Tori?
That's right. These changes would make it illegal for anyone under the age of 12 to ride a Class 1 or Class 2 e-bike, which can go up to 20 miles per hour. As you noted, Rady's Children's Hospital says that it has just been seeing the number of traumatic injuries related to e-bikes just skyrocketing. In fact, we're even on track this year to beat last year's record of 262. We've seen many riders swerving in and out of traffic, doubling up on e-bikes, and just not following traffic laws. San Diego City Councilman Raul Campillo created the proposal city leaders will be voting on, and he wants to require a second seat on an e-bike if more than one person wants to ride it. If it passes today and a second vote next month, there will be a 30-day education period followed by 60 days of police warnings. After that, riders can receive a $25 ticket that can be waived if the child takes a course that's certified by the CHP. Requiring a driver's license to ride an e-bike is not an option under the current state law, but the hope is that these rules will prevent more injuries.
Seeing kids admitted to the ICU, having to go directly to the operating room from our trauma bays, we're seeing more severe injuries and more complex injuries than you would from, say, a pedal cycle.
Yeah, so Councilman Campillo says that his goal here is to educate children, not punish them. If it passes the vote today and then next month, we could start seeing these tickets getting handed out as soon as September or October of this year. Reporting live in San Diego this morning, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
And this morning, San Diego Unified leaders are set to detail a new proposal around technology in the classroom.
We know this is on the mind of a lot of parents. It's aimed at protecting students from excessive digital media use, which some parent groups have been looking to limit. News 8's Chris Groh live outside of district headquarters. Chris, what are they thinking here?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Look, this has been a very relevant conversation for parents across the nation. No different here in San Diego. There's been a lot of talk of have we seen technology go too far in the classroom? Have we become too reliant upon it? And so what this resolution aims to do is to take a holistic look at this, to take a look backed by research here at what it is that is currently going on and what is actually appropriate for kids based on their age. So let's go over what this is. It's called the Learner-Centered Technology Use that prioritizes student learning safety and wellness resolution. We're told it's the first step in what they're describing as a collaborative process to reshape how kids interact with technology in school. It is meant to curb excessive use and try to get those tablets or laptops only allowed for those that are basically age appropriate. Groups like Schools Beyond Screens is a coalition of parents and teachers. It's a national organization, but there is a San Diego chapter, and they say they support a research-based approach to technology in school. In fact, the local chapter here has a growing petition calling for San Diego Unified to make drastic changes to its technology policy, like no district-issued devices for kids in TK through 5th grade and the blocking of YouTube and AI on school devices. Now, we are going to learn a little bit more about that resolution at 10 a.m. when some of those board members have a press conference sort of detailing what it is that they expect to see. And there will be a vote later tonight by the entire school board. But they do expect that after there is some studies and some looking at what it is that can be done, we could see some actions begin to roll out, assuming everything is voted and approved on by the beginning of this school year. Eric and Netta?
All right, Chris, thanks for that. This morning, a new video shows the aftermath of a drive-by shooting in Claremont where a teen boy was shot in the leg. Right now, police are still looking for those responsible in this. You can see the victim sitting as bystanders and officers begin to surround him. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Police say it happened just after 2 p.m. yesterday near the Home Depot on Genesee Avenue. Investigators say the teen was waiting at a bus stop when a dark gray Lexus pulled up and someone inside fired multiple shots before speeding away. People at businesses nearby say they ran outside after they heard 4 gunshots.
People were crowding, of course. He was bleeding out of his left leg. He was on the floor. Cops had just pulled up by the time I crossed the street, and they were checking on him as well. He was very quiet, very still, very calm, it seemed.
Police say that they are looking for 4 juvenile suspects. You're asked to call police or Crime Stoppers if you know anything. This morning, law enforcement agencies are sharing numbers from a recent crackdown on the Hells Angels. On the weekend of May 29th and 30th, officers from the San Diego and El Cajon police departments, as well as the sheriff's office and CHP, monitored the South Run event. They say that they arrested more than 20 people and seized more than a dozen firearms and motorcycles. Law enforcement agencies say the motorcycle gang has been involved in multiple violent incidents over the years, including the 2023 stabbing and beating of 3 people in Ocean Beach.
San Diego County water rates could be going up again. On Thursday, the San Diego County Water Authority will propose a 3% rate hike in 2027 for next year, with similar increases proposed through 2032. Officials say the increase is lower than expected and below the rate of inflation. The Water Authority credits part of that to 2 new water sales agreements with other water agencies. Deals expected to bring in millions in revenue over the next 5 years. We're going to have more on that coming up here in our next half hour. San Diego could one day break up with SDG&E, but it would not come cheap. A new report presented to the City Council found a publicly owned power utility could save ratepayers up to $7 billion over the next 30 years, but getting there could cost more than $8 billion, including nearly $1 billion in upfront expenses. The study estimates the transition would take 10 to 15 years, and critics warn the move could put union jobs at risk, while supporters argue it could help lower electric bills. The report comes just weeks after SDG&E asked state regulators to approve a rate hike of nearly 9%. San Diego customers are already paying among the highest rates in the country.
Speaking of high rates, coming back from the Midwest here, where we experience the humidity, but also lower prices. I paid $3.50 a gallon of gas.
Right.
Nice. And like a chicken sandwich was what?
Chick-fil-A, a usual $50 order was $25.
The other day I filled up and it was, I think gas was around like $5.20, and I was like, wow.
Like so
this
grateful.
is so cheap. How am I doing this?
It's all relative,
no,
right?
a dream to be down in the 3s.
Yeah.
But you are bringing some of the humidity and
Yes.
even heat with you.
It was sticky.
Back
Yeah.
here to
Yeah.
San Diego. Yeah, starting to see that this afternoon. There's a chance for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. That chance is only at about 30%, but our mountains and deserts are most prone to be seeing that activity into mainly the afternoon, but also the evening window. By the time we get to Wednesday, that chance still exists. It's at about 10%, much lower, and then starts to really decline following Wednesday. We're dealing with that in combination with an issue out by the coast. This is our 3rd week in a row where we've seen a beach hazard statement issued. Great way to kick off summer. This high risk of rip currents, large waves, 4 to 6 footers possible, maybe some sets of 7-foot waves, especially as you move up north toward Orange County. Last week in Orange County was a rough one for anyone who wasn't an experienced surfer or swimmer. So we're going to continue to heed those same warnings all the way through Thursday at 10 p.m. This afternoon, humidity is going to be at about 50% out there. It's going to feel quite muggy and quite warm into the afternoon. It might prompt us to hold on to cloud cover a little bit longer, meaning that the marine layer clouds will still pull back into the morning, but then closer to about midday, we might see some of that mid-level moisture creep in the form of cumulus clouds, and then also in the form of some showers out east, way east. We're talking mountains and deserts exclusively. Santee and El Cajon, 85 this afternoon. Mira Mesa going for 79. Chula Vista, 73 this afternoon. Up in North County, pretty similar range in temperatures. Widespread 70s out by the coast, some mid-70s even in Carlsbad. 79 for San Marcos, 84 in Escondido. Today and tomorrow are your warm days. It looks like Thursday and Friday still hold on to a good amount of that heat, but Wednesday is our absolute peak. And then we'll watch this temperature slide a little bit more notably going into the upcoming weekend. Saturday, Sunday, we ease off on a lot of it. Let's take a look at traffic. It's 6:11 on the clock right now. We have one spot we want to take you to. It is still an issue that's popping up on our maps. Aside from that one marker, though, you can see how maps are pretty clear. It's a quiet start to our Tuesday commute. The only thing to take you to here is the 805 northbound as it connects to about the eastbound 94. There's a stalled vehicle in the area. No major backups in either direction. Volume still very light to start off the day, so shouldn't be a huge concern as we kick off the morning here. Northbound 15 just north of Rancho Bernardo. Very quiet, zoomed in quite a bit to the HOV lane and number 1 and number 2 lanes. But aside from that, really quiet. Let's take a look at your border wait times. That's where things might not be quite as quiet. 160-minute wait, it looks like, at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is matching that. Could take you about 160 minutes in total. That means well over 2 hours. Could be closer to about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Just take some caution as you head out to our ports of entry. Prepare for some decent backups this morning.